Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Zuko Who Was Frankie and built the ancient weapon. If you guys don't know, in one of the episodes where Frankie had the blueprints because he got hurt or he gained it from the iceberg and their father. And yeah, so yeah, so but Zuko has the memories of anything that he could build. So yeah, the so but I'm also throwing in Zumi so that to just like so yeah. So he ends up so his like his parents at let's say he was at age of 4 the he he was like his yeah when way younger he hangs out with his sister a lot, but then when age of 4 Zuko didn't have a quirk, but the he has the power of infinity and zero, but the he actually does have a quirk, but he didn't realize that he moved it to wherever part of his body. So yeah, and so the quirk doctor. Let me find the quirk doctor. There he is. He ends up telling Zuko that, and he tells Zumi that she can become a hero. So the parents, like Inko and Asashi, spend way more time with Zumi. He then here. I'm trying to zoom in. Well, Zumi has way more attention than Zuko. Zuko just like one day he walked around, and let's say there was a bombing rate thing. How many? And Zuko got exploded and 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 sent onto the yeah. Some of you are probably like turning around and seeing like, why do you have to do that to poor Zuko? Well, and I know that I have to do something with, and he ends up getting hit by a train too. So he ends up building his body, Annie, Adi, He did his front and his back. So he's basically, he's full on cyborg, basically. And he changes his name to Franky. Yeah. Because everyone thought Zuko, or one of the citizens was Zuko. As, yeah. And his quirk is actually creation. As he was in the forest, away from everybody, he built a ship that can fly, it can float on water, it's indestructible because he made it. So, yeah. So, now, he's only at age of 6 when that happened. So now 15, he goes to UA. His quirk's name is Immortal, or actually Creation. Because he did a quirk exam thing. So, yeah. As he's a more, like, chilled out dude. He had a same, I really wanted to keep his original, like, design. But the blue with gray, red, it needed to be more, yeah. So, yeah. I wanted to implement some Zukus in there somehow. So, yeah. As, let's say, at age of 15, he is way taller than a normal human. He's taller than All Might. At age of 15. Yeah. As he, one of the girls, or how, like, sexy he is, huh? Basically made every girl that basically was ready to, like, into the same bed. As he says, huh. As he says, huh. As, what does that say? Or what is the, or he goes like, does that to all the 1-pointers, 2-pointers, 3-pointers, as he shoots every single one of them. And he shoots a cannonball. As, yeah. As it looked like he could go berserk. So, yeah. It's basically him as he, like, huh. Gloves are off now. As he, yeah, he punches because 0-pointer shows up. He needed was a way to really get his metal to the, or pedal to the metal. Yeah. So he ends up taking his hand glove off as he says, "Huh, ready to do this?" As he, or actually he does that. As he start going on, as he shoots his hand right at the, to grab him, lifts his own body right to the zero pointer's face, as he says, "Huh, now it's time for me to show you how strong I can really get to." As he uses his arm right at 0 point, or no, at the 0 point, as he uses it, boom, as he sent him, as he uses his hand to grab Ochako, or actually, let's say, instead of Ochako under a rubble, let's say her. Yeah, so he grabs her when he flew backwards as he hits the wall, of a building. Yeah. As he says, "That was a smooth landing." As the zero pointer exploded with enough force to, like, yeah. So, and after they, like, do their little test thing, Maya decided to ask him out on a date. As she does, or he agrees with her. Yeah. And yeah, that's what it looked like. So, oh, they basically went to their house. Or actually, he built his house, or he custom built it so that he could handle more machines, and basically it looked like a workshop, but yeah. So yeah, he didn't, like, he has a training course, he has the, yeah, he even has the ancient weapon on his side. So if good comes to shove, he actually built it, custom built it for him. Like, he made it so that he can or it recognizes his voice from himself, not if someone mimicking his voice, it won't activate. It has to come from actual him. So yeah, or let's say his, yeah. So he lives on the ship. Let's say that. Yeah. So he basically went and did his thing. He made some new armor. His suit is, he doesn't want to make it too fancy, just enough to basically, yeah. So, as he, as most of the people say, "Hey, Frankie, what's up?" Nothing much. How about you? As, yeah, he's in class 1A. As, yeah, over, like, Ochako thought, because this is what she thought. Because her friend, Zuko, was dead. Then, because at age of 3, she wanted to ask him if he could go out to date with her. As, let's say, after, like, the testing of thing, she wanted to ask Frankie, "Do you know Zuko Midori?" Yeah. Only, that's, as he says, well, yeah. Not pulls a, well, yeah. The ant guy that got exploded by Harris, and they got ran over by a train. Yeah, I kind of know him. As, well, if he was alive, I would have just asked him out to go on a date. As that's what she says to him. Yeah. As he says, well, probably him. Probably Zuko never actually crossed his mind thinking about you. He probably is thinking about you too much. As then he does his little ball throw, and he got the same thing what Zuko had from canon, because actually Frankie is actually Zuko, but with a different name, because it was his entire body. And yeah, so he built the, like, as yeah, as after the school, after Ochako was, like, visiting, then she shows up saying, "Hey, Frankie." But in this, whatever, she doesn't call him Frankie, but she calls him Frankie, him, Mabe, him. Hey, Frankie Bean. Sorry. As, yeah, because how much she loves, or she loves him, as, yeah, as he, so Frankie says, "Hey, what's up?" as they both had some, like, wedding, or not wedding, dating plans things. Yeah. So that they were dating, and yeah, as she likes it when he talks about machines, as he tells her that the huh, no wonder why the some people have the talent to keep themselves alive, aren't they? And yeah, he she likes him so much because she was the only one that he's or she's interested in him. Yeah. So yeah. So once he didn't matter known her, it was like it wasn't his fault. As or he told her the backstory of how he became Frankie. Between remember that bombing attack? As yeah, she said has that. Huh. Yeah, but that kid that got hit by the train. Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. He and I were both, oh, we both were best friends. When I first met him, man, he sure does have some dumb luck with his. Maybe that's his quirk. But he. Most people that tell me he's quirkless. Yeah? And since that time, he actually died, but I lived somehow. And you know I'm cyborg, right? And when she heard that he's a cyborg, she could not believe her eyes. And she was like, "Man, you're a cyborg? That's flippin' awesome." Um, the usually quirk users only use their quirks for everything else. Huh. Well, keeping myself alive, him, in my willpower, as he explained why he did not want to know what happened. Like he he worked on himself. As when she says, or when she says this, why you do that? Well, see, my um, robotical body can't handle it. And so, yeah. And then after the ball throw, here's their villain. Helen. they all started, or they called him Franky because there was no suspicion. The, the, yeah. So then when he basically did, like, his thing, of course, he did a scan. His quirk is still there. Huh. As he's happy for that. He didn't give up his humanity, so yeah. And so he basically hangs out with her way more. And yeah, after like whole like shenanigans, at the USJ thing. Don't worry. At the USJ, let me find that picture of a USJ. Well, maybe the USJ was. I have the pictures, but I don't want to like go back and forth between what ifs. I don't want to do that. So, yeah. Oh, there it is. So, yeah. So Frankie was sitting in the middle, and they talk. As he actually has, he does have a quirk similar to Momo's, but instead of getting Ninken, he shoots it out of his hand. Bigger his hands are, the heavier the object is. So, yeah. Like, how will I put this? It is like as Zuko or Frankie tells him that probably if in one of my, you remember Zuko? Mm-hmm. As Ochako says, yeah, he has the same or similar ability to like rest of us. Where he has quirk creation. As Momo was like, so you're saying that Zuko had the same quirk as me, right? Yeah. This is a question for you. How often do you move your quirk around your body? I'm talking about like because Zuko could, he explained what he did. When they heard that Zuko could move his quirk around his entire body, honey, they actually never heard of that until Rangi says that. Yeah. Before the bombing rate comes, I took him to my house to do a scan on him. Laying. And he 3 scans here. As they see the moving scan, or it looks like he's moving his quirk around faster than a camera. Like, man, we did not know that. Yeah. So that's why it was, or of course, Frankie asked, or that's why, or Frankie says that's why I was asking you, Momo. As she actually never seen a person move their quirks around, can get a good reading on it. As, yeah, then at the USJ, they decide to basically win. I'm doing this as a short version. Basically, he battles against the Nomu. He shoots the weapons. Yeah. As, yeah, he shoots the cannon. And he stayed calm. Yeah. He has such a key eye. Yeah. So he sometimes wears sunglasses to just like, that's actually part of his costume. As, yeah. So, yeah. So then after the whole, like, USJ, and then I'm skipping the sports festival, skipping the internship, but he does battle against, like, Hero Killer Stain during the sports festival, like, aka he was disqualified from the sports festival, but he had a teleportation thing, so he teleports himself right in the right moment as a Hero Killer Stain's blade was about to stab Tenya's to kill him. Then he ends up knocking All For One out. Yeah, basically knocking his butt out. Please wait for part 2.